4. Pressure. Tua steps up. He's going to run for the first down and takes a shot at the 6-yard line.
Oh. Yeah, well, it was a scary moment on the football field, sparking a nationwide conversation about the dangers of football. You've probably been talking about it in your own homes. The shocking moment Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa fell to the ground after making a tackle in Thursday night's game against the Buffalo Bills. He exited the game not too long after. It was later confirmed by the team that he did sustain a concussion from that hit. But this isn't the first time that he's had a concussion mid-game. You may remember the hit in September of 2022, where he fell to the ground and his hands began to seize up. He exited that game on a stretcher, and Tua later sharing that hit left him considering retirement in order to protect himself. Concussions in football, they're nothing new, right? According to data from the UPMC Sports Medicine Concussion Program, nearly 300,000 athletes in the United States suffer from football-related concussions every single year. Joining me now to talk about this issue a bit further is Dr. Darshan Shah, CEO and founder of Next Health. He also works with retired NFL players with CTE. Doctor, thanks for being with us.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
So let's start with that hit, just a couple of days ago, and the hands seizing up like that and clamping. Is that a sign of neurological stress, like short term, or are we talking long-term damage? Can you tell the difference?
Yeah, so, that's a sign of actual brain trauma, brain injury, and swelling of the brain. We see this often in the emergency room after people get into like car accidents or just hit in the head for any number of reasons. And this is a sign of an acute injury, but an acute injury in the brain, unfortunately, always leads to chronic damage over time. And that's the important point here. He'll be okay from this particular moment and this particular injury, but what's going to happen is the damage accumulates over time, and this can become long-term neurological disease.
Gosh, I mean, it's a plight that a lot of football players, the ones that you work with, they go through, right? I mean, they've been playing football their whole lives. This is who they feel like they are. It's ingrained in their DNA almost. It's how they provide for their families and find their self-worth and their excitement and all of that. Is there like a magic number of concussions where you go, okay, that's it, and I'm going to have to step aside, or is it different for everybody? How do you sort through this?
Yeah, so I think it's really important to understand that it's not the concussions that are really leading to CTE. CTE is a chronic traumatic encephalopathy, the disease that we're talking about. It's the number of hits over time that occur in your lifetime. Concussions is just a constellation of symptoms that tell you got hit really, really hard. But really, this is happening over time. It's the number and the severity over time as well. Starting as young as high school, like a lot of people play high school football, and these things accumulate over time. So what really you have to look at is the number and the severity and the symptoms that develop. And we have to follow this over time. And it's really an accumulative process.
Yeah, well, helmet safety, it's become a big issue when we talk about concussions. We think about our kids. I've got a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, and I'm going, I hope my 6-year-old plays baseball and not football. But in 2023, the NFL did roll out specific helmets for positions, and that included a quarterback-specific helmet that was supposed to help stop some of the impact of the hits. Do you think the designs are helping?
Look, there's a lot of different things that can help with this problem. One of them is these Guardian helmets. They reduce the force of the impact by approximately 10%. However, we need to put other measures in place, especially in high school and college. The NFL is doing a lot of positive things here to help minimize risk over time, but these are not translating to high school and college. And like, I have kids like you, 10 and 7 years old, and I'm also looking at this, like, what is the coach going to put into practice? Things like dynamic kickoff, limiting a number of contact practices as well to a certain number so that we don't accumulate this damage over time. I think it's going to be extremely important. But at the end of the day, it is the contact. It is the repeated contact. It's like scarring in the brain. It doesn't ever really go away, and this accumulates over time.
Yeah, and some diehard fans just say, this is football. This is just the way that it is. Don't change the game. They know what they're getting themselves into. But other fans have been taken to social media calling on Tua and other quarterbacks, too, to wear these Guardian caps in games. Can you explain the difference between like a Guardian cap and then a position-specific helmet?
A Guardian cap is basically the accumulation of technology that's kind of been developed over time. And you can see it's like this additional padding. Really, every one of the players should be wearing these type of caps, guardian caps, because all of them are a risk for head injury. And so there's not really position-specific caps. They're more developed for the game itself. But this is only one in litany or a whole program of solutions that we have to avoid these types of injuries.
Right, and just changing some of the rules of the game and how contact is allowed as well. According to data from the NFL, 219 people suffered concussions during the 2023 season. CTE, a huge concern with concussions. We know CTE is something that cannot be tested until after the death of a person, which is interesting. But how can these players work to keep themselves from developing it?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? There are new blood tests actually coming out that actually can give us some indication that there's inflammation and damage repair occurring in the brain. So that's going to be a whole new game-changing new type of technology that we have. But in reality, it's just really being cognizant of what the symptoms of CTE are: headaches, mood swings, depression. And whenever you are experiencing these symptoms, either you notice them in yourselves or maybe a family member notices some of these symptoms. And then what you have to do is really take some time off. There are treatment modalities available, things like hyperbaric oxygen, glutathione. There are things you can do, and it's really important every time you get hit in the head to take a moment and look at your symptoms and then go see a physician that understands what CTE is and understands some of the treatment modalities.
Yeah, it's difficult because they're invisible symptoms in a lot of ways, you know, and so we need to look out for our family members and friends and classmates and all of that too. Dr. Darshan Shah, CEO and founder of Nextel, thanks so much for your time today. Great insight.
Thank
I
you
learned
so
a
much
few
for
things
having me.
today. Appreciate it.
Great.